is that there are some palm trees that run sort of around about there. So see how I'm angling that into the painting? Don't do them straight up and down. So we'll pop one in around about there, and then we might do another one a little bit straighter heading up that way. And I think we'll just stick with 2 for the moment. Maybe we could do a smaller one just there. But the important thing is they're coming up above the headlands there. Okay, I'll just put in just a touch of the yellow just to grey it back. And a bit more blue and a touch more white. And I think that's pretty much it. That's not a bad tone there. And what I'll do is I'll clip it with some highlight colours a bit later on. So this is step 2. We're doing the block-in phase now of our painting. Really simple, just working around the palm trees. Don't worry if I muck up my lines there. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to paint them back in anyway. Okay. Those lines that we did before are just there to give us an indication of where the big shapes are going to sit in our painting. Okay. So let's just start in our corners and then work towards our middle. Okay. And as we get towards the middle, I'll just get a little bit more white into it. So what that means is we end up with our 2 corners there are our darkest part of the sky. Okay, now that is quite a dark value there, so I'm going to now come in with another chunk of the white, mix that in, and I'm lightening it off as I come down. Okay, like so. So now we've got a nice dark at the top. It lightens off as it comes down. We've got a little bit of warmth and interest around that horizon line. It's starting to look reasonably good at this stage. I'm happy with that. Now we need to get into our water. That's our next step. So again, I need to clean this brush off. In fact, I'll switch brushes for the moment, just to make it simpler. I'll go to a flat brush here. Just lighten it off a little bit. Let's just test that. Okay, and make sure it's nice and horizontal. Touching that little spot there. And look, I think that's not too bad. Tone there. Okay, just step back and have a look. Okay, now I think that's going reasonably well. We'll just get some sand in. So I'll take a chunk of the white, take a chunk of the yellow ochre, mix those 2 together, a little bit of blue in there, so it's going to just go a little bit green, but that's okay. I'll run the sand in through there. Okay, welcome back. We're now going to do step 3. I think we'll start off with our palm trees here, and then we'll come into some detail work as we progress the painting. Going to start off with my little flat brush again. I need to get a nice dark to really block in our palm trees here. Now what I've done is I've waited 20 minutes so that this will all dry, so that we should have, nice, easy ability to be able to work through here. So first thing first is we're just going to make a mark of where the shape of the palm tree will be, right? So we want to pick our point, and I think around about there, and just run it through there. Don't get too fat with it initially, okay? Now my paint's not flowing that well at the moment. So I may need to just a little touch of water. But that's going to be our main one. So we want our other 2 palm trees here just to be a little bit thinner than that. So I'm just taking a little touch of water just to thin it, and I'm pulling the brush through the paint to try and get a little chisel edge there. So I'll pick my second point here, and I'll just run that down there, which will kind of sit behind the first palm tree. They tend to grow well in clusters there. And I'll do the same for, I think we had a third one around about there. Going to be smaller. So now I need to come back in and just strengthen that up. But for the moment I just want to just get it in the right spot. And then we'll take our fan brush. I've found that painting palm tree fronds, the leaves that come off, always best with a fan brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the edges, just the tip there, pull it back and forward through the paint. So I'm just going to, like so, just load up the edge of it. See that? Just loading the edge. And then what we're going to do is just find a spot here, and we're just going to pull our fronds down like so. Okay. Don't make them too sort of neat and orderly looking. And it would probably be good to get that one just to come down over the top of the headland there. There's probably another one just hanging down as they do. Okay, just strengthen up that center part there with a bit more dark. And that's not looking too bad. That's not looking too bad. Get this one here a little bit more established. Okay, and then with just a few off here as well with these other smaller fronds. So, okay, let's have a bit of fun now with our palette knife. Trusty little palette knife like so. We're just going to grab a chunk of that white there. Just put a little clip of the yellow ochre into that. Just a tiny little bit. Just to create a little bit of a sunlight effect. So the light's sort of coming from over here, getting later in the day. And we just clip off a little roll of that there. And we come into our wave here and we just create some breaking waves. Like so. And then in a couple of spots we'll just drag that white down. Okay, now I'm not really happy with the undertone of that wave. That's okay, we'll come and fix that. But let's get a little bit more wave action. A little bit around headland there. A couple of people, and then I think we're pretty well ready to call this one done. It's a great little easy painting. And there's lots of different variations on a theme that you could do with this painting. Up to you and your own creativity, of course. Let's just get in a couple of indications of people walking along the beach. I'm putting them in darks because, you know, it's getting towards the end of the day. And some shadows. Yeah, really what I'm doing is just little indications really, isn't it? I'm not trying to really paint people so much. Noosa Main Beach, nice little painting. It's got a good feel to it. Got the headlands in, got the crashing waves, some people on the beach and these nice big palm trees which sort of frame the painting. We've got a lot of weight here, so I've set these clouds and some people here and the wave to balance against the weighting of the palm trees and so on. But look, I think this is a good little painting. It's a good beginner, maybe slightly intermediate, but not overly. But it's definitely one to have a go at, and I think you'll enjoy doing it. It's a nice, bright, happy beach day. So have a go at this one and let us know how you go, and I look forward to seeing your painting. Cheers for now.